Bro, when I tell y'all I need a Red Bull right now or something. I hear something super weird. I don't know what that noise is. I'm at my favorite place in the world right now. 7-Eleven. I need one of these. 2 for $5. Here we go. I need this. I'm just slacking on energy right now. I gotta go skate. But I think I'm gonna do... Let me just crack this one open real quick. I don't even know what this will taste like. Well, that tastes interesting. Man, I don't have a lot of time. I'm trying to go to the skate park before it gets too dark. And then I'm gonna go to another skate park because they have lights. And I have energy. Bro, it's actually cold. What the heck? This Florida weather is going crazy right now. It's like 60 degrees. I need to get a jacket. Damn. Man, I would hate to have to leave Florida, bro. I love Florida so much. But damn. You know, life is so good when you don't have to worry about anything. Anything at all. Except which Red Bull you're drinking. I don't know, bro. It's just one of those days, like, it's just a nice day. I don't know. Just feeling very appreciative, you know? I swear I love this car. It's crazy, bro. Something about this old ass car just does it for me. And that's so crazy. Like, I've never been into Corvettes until I got this one. Like, if you would have told me that this car existed, I would have said, bro, I don't want no Corvette. Like, what am I gonna do with a Corvette? But ever since I decided I wanted an RX-7 and they were priced out to like 90 bands for some reason, like a few years ago, I saw somebody online with this car, and it was like, I forget what color it was. I think it was like a dark brown, and it was like bagged, and it had like chrome wheels, and it was so fire, bro. I might be able to find a picture of it. I saw that car and I was like, bro, that's literally an RX-7. So I was like, why wouldn't I just get a RX-7 with a V8 in it, right? Doesn't that make sense? For cheaper too. So to be honest, I'll probably never own an RX-7 for real. And low-key, I'm okay with that. I'd probably just get another C5. If I really wanted some pop-ups and go like a JDM build, I would just get this car again. Dude, what is that rattling? I hear something rattling in here. Never mind, it was the Red Bull. Never mind. False alarm. Hello, y'all. I gotta go skate real quick. Wheels looking crazy. I gotta take a picture under this tree. Oh, it's dark. Y'all know I be skating till late night hours. Bro, when I tell you I had to run to the car like full sprint, these mosquitoes out here are crazy, bro. If only the ladies love me as much as these mosquitoes. Jeez. All right, let's get out of here. You know what's crazy? There's people that have these cars and do not drive them. That is straight up insane to me. You're just missing out on fun. That's wild. Bro got the C8 up there. That's crazy. I wouldn't mind one of those. I am not gonna lie. I saw a Z06 in person the other day, and I was like, damn, that shit is clean. Someone asked me, I'll post the comment, but I get asked this all the time. He asked if it's a good idea to get a C5 with low miles or like low mileage. Don't mind me, we're just at skate park number 2. Is it a vibe in here or what? Come on. Come on, bro. I don't even remember where I left off at, but like I was saying before, having a car just sit basically kills the car, right? You want the car to be driven and you want everything to be flowing and moving as it should, not just sitting still. So let's say, for example, this car had, let's say, I've seen some with like 10, 15,000 miles on them. These people never drive their cars. Say that you have these super old parts on them, belts, they'll crumble. I've seen this little hose here kind of break apart and crack. A lot of the plastics will just be really brittle. The stripping, the weather strips, they get all crumbly and they flake off, and it's not good. Like they need to be experiencing weather. Everything needs to be warmed up, used, and replaced at some point in time on this car. A Corvette with super, super low miles, especially these old ones, it's not necessarily a good thing. You just have to kind of if you look at the car, you want to just kind of check some things. You want to check the tires, make sure the tires aren't like bald or like, what do they call it? Like dry rotting. That's very common on those cars. The owners never change them out, and they keep these almost 30-year-old tires on the car that's never driven, and then you take it home and you blow a tire or something. My tires, when I got them on these wheels, these are the OEM wheels, they were 20 years old. 20 years old. And I went on a test drive and all, and the dude was just full send. I was like, yo, I gotta get these tires replaced ASAP. So I did that. I mean, like, you gotta think about like gas and oil and transmission fluid, all the other fluids in here. That stuff just sits, like it degrades over time. Like it basically expires. Gaskets will wear out, other hoses will dry rot. Everything is just not being used as it should. It's just gonna fall apart, and all that's gonna fall on you if you're not careful. Now, I even heard that there are some issues with people buying these cars with like 10,000 miles on them, and there's liquid like in the exhaust, and you have to flush all that out basically. I don't know what environment they were in. I don't know where they were in the States, or if they were in the States or not, but stuff like that can happen too. You have a car sitting here for months and months and months with fuel in it. The fuel eventually goes bad, right? You have to flush that out. If you want me to be honest, I don't even think that's good for the battery, for the car to just sit. I'm sure a lot of the guys keep them on battery tenders like I have here. I'm sure they keep them on tenders to keep the car alive, but a car that's just sitting is basically not being maintained. It's being maintained cosmetically, but not necessarily mechanically. But that's not the case with all of them. Like, you have to just kind of do your research on them. You want to check the maintenance. They have them. These people that have these cars, they have every single maintenance document that they've ever done on this car. And probably some of them probably have what the previous owner did too. I know there's Carfaxes now and stuff like that, but definitely check that. You need to ask if the car sits. I mean, if it has something like under, say, like 40,000 miles, the car is probably just a garage queen. I know some guys up north, they will store these for the winter, so that makes sense. But I mean, that's a whole other issue. You have to check for stuff because some people drive these in the snow, and that's a whole other issue. Just do everything that you normally would when you're buying a sports car. Just get everything checked and make sure everything's running as it should, and you should be okay. But I would say if you really want to get something with low miles, like say like 0 to 30, 40,000 or somewhere around there, just double check. You're probably going to be spending a little extra money to get stuff fixed and replaced, but you should be safe for the most part. there's just some horror stories. There's always horror stories with no matter what mileage you have on the car. There's just horror stories of like engines just failing for whatever reason because the car is never driven. Something will crack or something breaks, something leaking, and it's just a mess. Another thing to think about, you know, if you have a garage queen or a garage princess, whatever you want to call it, a lot of the guys that have them, they don't drive these cars that hard. They treat them very, very softly, which the car does not want to be treated softly. It wants to be like actually driven. So I've even seen some people that get a super super low mile one and they stomp on it and then something breaks. Like that's insane. Like that's insane. And you know, now you're out like some gasket or some you gotta replace a motor or transmission or something along those lines. I don't know. So it's much safer to get something with like moderate mileage on it. I got this one at 58,000 miles, somewhere around there, which it's low technically, but it's on the higher end of low in the Corvette world because there's some guys that have 15,000 miles on these cars, 20,000 miles. And I'm like, yo, y'all never drive these cars. Like, I drive this very, very often. I was dailying this at one point, and I loved every second of it. Now it sits in the garage a little bit more. It's more of like a weekend car, sort of. I'll take it out maybe once or twice, maybe 3 times a week. I'll take it to work sometimes or something like that. But for the most part, it's just going out cruising or going to car meets, meeting up with friends and stuff like that on the weekends and just making some videos. But any other day, it's just sitting in here and just chilling. I don't even know how many miles are on this car. I think like 80 something, maybe closer to 90,000. I've stopped driving this car that much, so it's been a little bit slower. But when I first got this car, I was just ripping this thing like every day, miles and miles and miles. So anyway, to bring it home, just check the car like you normally would. Just be a little bit more cautious for the ones that don't have any miles on them. Just be a little bit more cautious. You have to be cautious anyway with a car like this because they are known to have very weird issues because they're old and it's a GM car. So everything's like, so-so. I don't want to say cheap, but I'm sure for the time this was an amazing, 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 amazing car. But now it's just, you know, it's a little fixer-upper, a little project car. But just take your time, test drive it, take it to a mechanic, get everything checked, do your research first. Before you give that man your hard-earned money, do some research first and then get it checked out. So good luck.